Hello, we are back after a very long break of making videos. We went out and we got a tripod last night. What I do when I think of a raw recipe is I think of what did I really like to eat when I was cooked. Well, Regal loved enchiladas, so I find it a challenge to recreate the same things that we loved before in a raw version. In my opinion, if you can imitate or duplicate taste, texture, and appearance, then you have the food. And so that's what I try to do, is I imitate taste, texture, and appearance. Most meat, the meat doesn't really have much of a taste. The taste is more in the seasoning or the way that you cook it. And so what I do is I find ways to season vegetables to taste and look like meats and look like things that we want to eat. So we are going to attempt some raw tortillas today, and this is the economical version without the corn. No corn tortillas. So what I have here, you can move the camera down, I have here 2.5 cups of cubed zucchini. So I'm just gonna put that in here. And I actually did forget one ingredient. Actually, I need you to give me a lemon. Okay, so that's 2.5 cups of cubed zucchini. Can you see this in the, okay. And then I have one Anaheim pepper. I'm gonna cut this into, it's smashing. I'm gonna cut this into smaller pieces. So I have one Anaheim pepper. Now what I do is I kind of make the tortilla kind of like salsa. I put stuff in that I would put into salsa so that the tortilla's got lots of flavor. So I just put in half of a jalapeno, and now I'm gonna put in, that's one yellow pepper, banana pepper, people call them different things, but it's this pepper, a yellow pepper. I'm gonna put in one tomato, just gonna cube it. I'm gonna put in 2 fairly large cloves of garlic, and these have been in there a while, so they're growing. These are gonna be very strong tasting. If you have new garlic that hasn't started growing, you may want to throw an extra clove in, because it really helps to flavor that zucchini. Alright, so again, I've never measured this before. So I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt. That's 1 teaspoon. I am going to put in a half a teaspoon of white pepper. Hopefully that's not too much. We'll find out at the end. I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of cumin and a half a teaspoon of chili powder. And normally when I make this recipe, this blender is full. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put in some more zucchini. I'm gonna go ahead, so this is probably gonna be equal to, if I put 2.5 cups, it's probably gonna be equal to 3 cups. And the only reason why I'm peeling this is because I don't want the tortillas to be green. You don't have to if you're not trying to appease kids who know what tortillas look like. And I am going to cover this in a red sauce, like an enchilada, but I still want my tortillas to look like real ones. You know what? I'll measure this just to be sure. That's actually a cup, so we're gonna go with 3.5 cups of zucchini in there. Now Ariel is the one who came up with this trick. She cuts off the ends. Then she cuts it in half. And then we use a squeezer to get the juice out. So to recap what's in here, we have how much zucchini, Ariel?
3.5.
3.5 cups. She's being quiet back there. So we have 3.5 cups. We have 1 Anaheim pepper. We have 1 yellow pepper. We have half a jalapeno. We have 1 teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of cumin, and a half a teaspoon of white pepper. So now I am going to blend this in the Vitamix, and let's hope that it blends up okay. Okay, now I got the temper, or we call it the pusher. I don't know what the official name is for this, but we call it the pusher. I think it's called a temper, but I got it out, but by the time I got it, it really didn't need it. So if you need that to push it down, go ahead. If not, just let it run. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this mixture, and I'm gonna pour the mixture into a bowl. Alright, and then I'm gonna add some flax. Now again, I've never measured this recipe, so we're gonna kind of be going off of, you guys are learning the recipe as I learn it. And one of the reasons I told Rigo, he's like, why haven't you been doing videos? And I'm like, well, because of the tripod, but also I'm gonna have to measure, and it's really hard. I said, once I get the measurements down, then I'll do the video. Well, you know what happens? I don't measure, and then the next time I'm like, next time, and 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 I never end up doing it. So I'm gonna start with 1 cup. So you guys are gonna learn measurements as I learn measurements. I do things better when I'm just making it up, really. And then also I told him, and then I have to get presentable, and that's so hard with the new baby. She's always needing me. So I don't want to have to comb my hair every morning. Okay, I don't think that's quite enough. We don't want to overdo it because we want them to be pliable. Alright, so that's 2 cups, and I know I'm not going to put more than that in there. And one reason why you want so much flavor in the mixture is because when you put the flax in, it really dyes it down. It dilutes the flavor, the flax does. So I think that's pretty good. Now, if I was making a bread, I'd probably put more flax in here. But because this is going to be, now I put ground flax. I've never tried this recipe with the whole flax seeds, so I don't know how that would turn out. So you do want to use ground flax. I hear the baby. I think she's waking up on us. You do want to mix this really, really well. Sometimes she'll make noise and then she falls back to sleep. So we'll see if that's what's happening. She's in a swing behind the camera. So you want to get one of these papers. This is the one I bought online. I got like 9 of them for $6. They are not the size of my new dehydrator, but they worked well for this one. But you can go online on Amazon and look up, I think I looked up dehydrator sheets and I found these. They're not official Teflex sheets. They're like the off-brand, but they work really good. So let's see. I think what we will do, because we want them about the size of a corn tortilla. Is she awake, Ariel? Yeah. Yeah? Alright, I'm gonna get her. Alright, we're back. I told Ariel, just let it run, I'll cut it out. And she's like, leave it going? I said, yeah, I'll cut it out. So what I'm gonna do, the baby's gonna help me make some tortillas. Oh, baby. This is usually how I'm preparing food. I do have a front carrier, but I just went and grabbed her real quick. She likes to be into things. She likes to see things. So I'm gonna take a 1/3 cup. We'll see if this works. That might be a little bit too much. Let's see. That's kind of a big tortilla. Now you want to, let me move this bowl so you can see. Can you see this, Ariel? Okay, what you want to do is you want to spread the mixture around into a nice circle. And you do want to make the middle a little, just a slightly bit thinner than the edges. So there we go, there's a tortilla. And then you're gonna keep doing that. I might be able to fit 4 on there if I make some smaller. I like them to be perfect too. Sometimes, when I have the time to do it. The baby might be ready to eat, so I might have to walk away. So there you go, there's your tortilla. We're gonna put that in the dehydrator. I'm probably gonna let it be in the dehydrator for maybe 4 to 6 hours, and then I'll flip it as long as it's ready. If the top is hard, we'll flip them and let the underside dehydrate. You don't want to overdo it or they will turn into tostada shells instead of tortilla shells. And we want these pliable so that we can wrap up our enchiladas in them. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish putting these on, and we might be back later today to do a chocolate cake. We'll see.